I'm reminded of that quote by Gordon Moore, which says, change has never been this fast and it'll never be this slow again. The biggest change I see is that generative AI will be our new work buddy in the workplace, helping us do routine stuff and freeing us up so that we can leverage our uniquely human skills like analytical thinking, creativity, and relationship building. Yeah, well, there's an interesting survey that just came out in November of 2023, which said of a sample of 5,000 knowledge workers, nearly 70% said they were using ChatGPT without the knowledge of their manager. And these were employees from very large companies like Bank of America, Amazon, JP Morgan, and Meta. And so I think we need to look at why are they doing this? It's clear they see an advantage to increase their own productivity. But I also think when someone uses ChatGPT, you have the opportunity to create an entirely new work product. I see that ChatGPT has this power, if used properly, to create an enhanced work product for the worker. But I do think that HR leaders have to be aware of a couple of issues to mitigate some risks. And the first one is to offer mandatory training on how to use generative AI in the workplace. This is very new. Generative AI is only about 14 months old. The second thing I think HR leaders should do is to create more technological curiosity, or what I call digital curiosity, to create a culture where workers want to explore and experiment with this new tool and then report back on what they've done, how they've learned, how it's enhanced their productivity and their creativity, and share this maybe in a Slack channel or in an all hands meeting. Well, there's been a lot of focus on how AI can close the skill gap. So I think a couple things can be done here. Number one, AI can create personalized learning pathways to help a worker know exactly which skills they need to work on to improve the performance in their current job and set them up for a future job. But importantly, I actually see the biggest opportunity is that AI can close the soft skills gap. And by soft skills, I refer to creativity and communication and analytical thinking. And I think AI can do a number of things here to help managers generate personalized messages to their team members. It can translate this message in multiple languages, often the language of the specific team in question, and then generate different points of view instantly on a particular business problem. It can also provide a safe space to test out how to practice giving feedback to a team member. So I think once someone really understands how to craft the right questions in an AI language, that's called prompt messaging, then you can really go in many different directions in closing the skills gap in your organization. Well, first, AI and the explosive use of AI is both a catalyst for job displacement and job creation, both at the same time, right? So the World Economic Forum estimates that by 2030, work activities that now account for about 30% of the hours currently worked in the US could be automated by AI. So I am a big believer in new roles that can be created. I'm actually the author of an HBR article called 21 HR Jobs of the Future. And in this article, I listed 21 new jobs that could be created because of AI. And these are jobs like algorithm bias auditor. And this is someone that really works as a member of a C-suite team to ensure that the algorithms that are at the heart of AI are fair, are legal, and are importantly representative of the values of the organization. So that's one role. A second role I actually wrote about in my current Forbes column called 10 HR Trends That Matter Most in 2024 is Chief of Artificial Intelligence Officer. And that's someone that really crafts the big vision of AI and how it's used strategically in the organization, works on the guardrails and the guidelines for safe and ethical use of AI, and helps create the training that all employees will ultimately go through. AI is really being used first and foremost in the talent acquisition role within HR. And that's been an early adopter for really the last couple of years. So AI and generative AI helps to really balance the pool of candidates by improving the inclusivity of the language used to create these job descriptions, and importantly, to source candidates from underrepresented groups. So that is a really important role. And we also see DE&I being impacted with the growth of internal talent marketplaces. So AI is used not only to source external hires, but we have a growth of solutions now that are AI-powered internal talent marketplaces, where someone creates a profile and based on their skills and capabilities and what they say their goals are, the talent marketplace can provide potential new job roles within the company, stretch assignments, or mentoring. And we've seen some early pioneers in this. First example is Unilever, that has been using their own internal talent marketplace, and they report that about 67% of these new job roles and stretch assignments are going to diverse employees, specifically women, that they are one of the first to use these marketplaces, internal talent marketplaces, to help grow their career and see what can the talent marketplace provide for their own career goals. So I think that can be a huge impetus as companies think about how they can use AI to create a more diverse workplace. I think the second goal here is that one of the mitigating factors is, of course, to have a very diverse pool of engineers who are behind the scenes and writing the algorithms that go into either the internal talent marketplace or any of the algorithms that are used within the organization. Let's look at a couple of the HR processes where AI is being used, right? And the first one is recruiting. And recruiting is often time consuming and has lots of bottlenecks, which increase the time to hire, and ultimately an employer can lose promising candidates. So what can AI do? It can create language that increases the probability of attracting a more diverse workforce, and importantly, create job postings that sort through resumes and importantly send personalized messages out there. So what can HR leaders do to ensure that AI is trustworthy? I think that's the big issue and the big hesitation among many among many HR leaders. What can they do around this trustworthy uh, area? First, training. Anyone that uses an AI tool has to receive training to enable them to feel confident about interpreting the algorithmic recommendations. I think the second thing companies have to be really clear about is this: there always is a human in the loop. Humans and machines need to work together. And what I mean by that is the ultimate hiring or retention decision will be made by a human, although it will be informed by AI. And this points to the need to create this partnership between the machine and the human as recommendations are being made. And then finally, it's important to create these diverse teams that design the AI systems. And that is a key way to foster diversity in the workplace. So one of the biggest impacts of AI in the employee life cycle is the potential to really improve performance management. The performance management process has been broken for a really long time. It's often doesn't happen frequently enough. And managers say they spend on average of 200 hours a year and a lot of money to go through the performance management process. In addition, we have companies like Corporate Executive Board that report that about 50% of the performance reviews are even late. So what can AI do? A lot. AI-powered performance management can compile the feedback quickly from multiple sources: peers, managers, self-assessments. And it's this multi-rater feedback that can be comprehensive and really hit the key themes that multiple individuals are giving feedback on a particular employee. The second thing it can do is to give personalized feedback on whether you've accomplished your goals or not, and then analyze this for the future. So I think for one takeaway, organizations should take a look at their current performance management process. I know many organizations have moved from annual to regular check-ins, but I think they have to move even further to leverage AI to make the process as seamless, efficient, and timely as possible.